wonderful things that I do that's like that basks me with glory. So I'll enter this vault, and I have things in there, like I used to have all these humongous gems that were the largest ever, all the things from my travels. So I'm going to go to this vault, and I'm going to set these tablets up against the wall, adjust the light on them so they're just exactly perfect.
Mental note, Rob Tiberius. Oh, I'm sorry, did I say that?
Oh, yeah. I'll just do my spell that will ward the entire area, but no. So then, so I'm setting up my vault. It's got all my money, special things in there, and I'll just sit in a chair and like bask in it, thinking, yeah, something else that I've done. Level 12, and look at all this shit that I've done.
Where you have stained glass on the ceiling, where the different shades of the light just kind of beam through, and while you're down in your little throne in your room.
Absolutely, I just sit in like a big armchair, sipping some wine, some elven wine, just enjoying what a great. And then I'm thinking to myself the whole time, if I could just get a dragon's head or something awesome like that, nobody else I know has that dragon's head. So that's a good reason for me to go and do some investigation on this dragon. Just think what interesting and creative things that I can bring back to my vault. It's just one more notch in my belt of greatness.
Wow.
So that's what I do for the remainder of the day. Wow. Neato.
Well, before we leave on this trip, I kind of look over at Tiberius, assuming that we've all met back up again, and say, you know, I hate to say this to you because I know this is probably going to
Thanks
bother
again,
you just a little
Leopold,
bit.
for your support, man.
But
I appreciate it.
Since they and I actually do have elven blood, perhaps it would be better if we dealt with these people and dealt with the elves.
Just leave me here? Is that
No.
what you want? Because
No.
you guys will both die. Just FYI.
Oh no, not at all. I'm just telling you to, not talk.
Well, you know, you're
Don't
saying you have
talk.
elven blood, but greatness comes in many packages.
Just
And
don't talk as
I've got a
you're an
big
elf.
package of greatness. Let me just tell you right now.
They know you're a human, so behave like that. Because I'll be quite honest, some elves may be offended
You can
by
speak in
human
Elvish,
pretending
that's
to be
very
an elf.
respectful.
Especially the wood elves that are deep in the forests of the Misty Forest. Yeah, especially
I got
the
your
ones
wood
that are
elf right here.
deep in the Misty Forest. Yeah.
Just don't pretend to be an elf like you do around us.
What do you mean pretend?
Pretend.
I love it.
I don't know what you mean by pretend. Hold on.
You're not my dad.
Oh, you heard that.
You're not my dad.
You're not my dad. So they were
All right.
talking to you, I'm guessing. I'm hoping.
No, he's chatting with his buddies. All right, so I've listened to you guys, and maybe I'll behave. But hey, it's
All right,
me,
Leopold.
Tiberius.
I'll do
When
it
have I
again.
ever steered you wrong?
I'll do a better one next time.
Or if you don't, maybe things get interesting. Who cares?
Well, let's jump on a hippogriff and start flying. Widow, do you need anything else? I took care of all my business yesterday.
No, I'm
You need
good.
to go back to your hotel and maybe get some of your magic. Oh,
Cough, Tiberius.
Oh, that was a low blow.
too soon?
Oh, I don't know. I have plenty of magic with me. Thank you. Plenty.
Wow.
Let's do it. It's pretty early. Pretty early in the morning.
Vey,
I say
any,
we get on this.
any last matter of business for you, Vey?
No, I burnt my study.
Shrump, how
No one
about
knows
you?
it, but I burnt it.
You burnt what now?
Left it all behind.
Oh. Shrump doesn't say a thing, so we'll take it that Shrump's good to go. All right.
He's going to follow later, right?
Yeah, he's going to join you guys later.
Okay.
So you guys are here in Waterdeep on the map. You guys see the big map, I hope. Now, where you're going to be heading to is this area over here. The northern edge, the northern part of the Misty Forest. So
So why is it called the Misty Forest? I'm assuming because of the weather.
It is called the Misty Forest because the deeper that you go into the forest, more mist arises from the ground.
It does border the swamp.
It does also have many portals to the Fae. And there are a lot of creatures of the Fae inside of the misty forest. Not only the elves dwell there. Lots of creatures of the Fae.
We could use a druid.
Yeah, yeah. So let's go ahead and take a 15-minute break or so. We'll come back and then we'll play for a couple more hours. Sound good?
Okay. Sounds like a plan, Dave.
All right. Well, it was fun. I got you guys scored. You guys did.
How did I score, Dave? I studied.
Estival did
I really studied.
It really did bail you guys out. You guys scored positively with every faction except for the Order of the Gauntlet. They wanted Vareth the White dead, but
Yeah.
But you know, like Leeson told you, you just simply can't make everyone
please
happy.
everyone.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Nah, fuck them.
And fuck 'em. And then you'll find out later on what this scoring is for. You know,
Tiberius can give him an elven hand job later.
Ooh.
Oh, that's-
oh.
You want to know how that
Nice.
works, huh, Faye?
Remember, Marshal Rivengard said, you know, if you keep progressing the way you're doing, and if you keep impressing him, he will lend you the armies of Baldur's Gate. He will give
Holy
you.
shit!
Yeah, he will give you the armies to control. Of course,
I
under
will
his
so
command.
take over Daggerford with that.
Not Daggerford. Jesus.
I would just take it over.
You might be able to do that. I don't know. You may have a little bit of a problem, but Daggerford's not that big, so.
Well, you know, that's where my summer home's gonna be.
Is it? Oh, all right. So let's take our break.
Break out the Warhammer characters.
Ooh.
Warhammer minis.
Yeah. So you guys are on Wyverns to Misty Forest. Misty,
F&A.
you should love going here. This
And
the
she
Misty
loves
Forest,
flying.
yeah.
Exactly. They named it after me, you know.
Plus, she loves flying on stuff.
That's it.
Yeah, I
It's like,
think they did.
look,
name it
everybody,
after
no
you.
hands.
Oh my gosh! Yeah, I'm a Griffin rider. Absolutely.
Hey! We don't need to bring that up.
Don't
Nope.
rehash an old wound.
Yeah, don't rehash no wound. What that wound was deep.
Yes, it was. I think you fell. What?
So was that cavern?
200 feet or something shit like that. All right, so
Yeah.
you guys have a long trip. Anybody discussing anything? We'll just kind of fast forward to where you guys land, maybe. I don't know.
Well, sorry, I had to yell at a dog.
Oh, go for it, Widow.
So, we all on different griffins, or what? Is that how it's working?
We'll say that. Sure, it's one big griffin. Everybody can
One
be on
big
the same-
griffin.
Sure.
Everybody's on
Everybody's on it.
Everybody's on one big griffin. Sure,
Uh-huh.
Okay. Well,
the griffin
Well-
bus.
you know, I kind of reach for my backpack and pull out an item. Kind of conceal it, but kind of not.
I'm gonna look for my stuff, David. Do I have everything?
You have it. You have everything. Yeah.
Okay, just making
You
sure.
you do. I love it. Look at the smirk on with his
Resembles
face.
a box.
Oh boy.
Wait, what happened?
Widow's showing us her box.
No,
I've seen it.
Oh, hey no. Tiberius and Vey, you guys can give me some checks. Give me some perception checks. Give me a sleight of hand check, Widow. As you're kind
It's in the
of
tower.
trying to, you can go ahead and do that in a tower.
So I don't
please.
see her on her griffin pulling up to my griffin in mid-flight and then reaching over to try to grab something out of my wallet.
Well, you guys are in like a no. I'm not. Just do your perception check. Wow, Vey got a crit.
Boom!
Nice non-dice tower roll there. All right, so Widow, you had the lowest roll. I'm just gonna. Vey, congratulations. You noticed that. Whoa!
I win the game.
Vey, you noticed that Widow has the deck of many things in her hand.
No, I love it.
Pull a card. I should command her to pull a card. Hey, widow, pull a card.
Wait,
Hey,
Tiberius.
Tiberius.
Does Tiberius know also?
No, you notice it.
I
Tiberius
got a
is still
21.
kind
How
of.
could I not know?
She rolled higher than you.
No, actually, I'll say Tiberius. Yeah, you do, because I want to hear the drama unfold. Go for it. Yeah, you see it. No, you
God
actually.
damn it.
No, you actually
No,
did beat her
just
roll.
joking.
She rolled a 7. So yeah,
So
both
I
of you see
quickly,
her. Yeah.
I quickly put it away. You know, like, guess you
Uh,
didn't know everything after all, Tiberius.
Yeah, I think you owe me 750 gold, widow.
Oh, no.
How did you get that back from Dumbledore, the old guy in the area? The old wizard that gave us the information. How'd you get it back?
Well, if I told you, I'd have to kill you.
I'm just going to ask him anyway,
Well, the
if
next
he's not dead
question
already.
Is it safe to pull a card while on the Griffin?
Oh, I'm not pulling any cards. I'm just checking to make sure that everything was still intact.
I'll get my
You're
Dungeon
not.
Master guide out. Anybody pulling a card?
Not on a griffin, I'm not.
Yeah, not on the Griffin.
Well, 2 questions. Are you pulling a card? Second question. How many cards are left?
12
I'm
left,
pulling
right?
them all. I'm going to pull 11 cards.
Unless
Oh, yeah.
Kodge. Unless Kodge
Well-
pulled a few.
You know of, well, Vey, you would be the only one. She did say that, I remember her telling you that there were 24 cards in this deck. 23 cards
22.
in this desk. Yeah, it was 20. Let's see, there were 1, 2,
22.
3.
Oh, I'm not.
22 cards and a total of 11 have been used. But Vey, you weren't there for a couple of those cards, so
Indeed.
you would probably know though because Shrump wished you back. So you would at least know that one more card would be used. So you would probably think 10 cards are used, but in reality 11 cards were pulled. With Tiberius and Widow and
Thank you so
Shrump
much
would
for
know.
the contribution, Tiberius. I did appreciate that.
The 750 gold?
That was
Pshaw.
kind of you.
No problem. I'll get it back somehow or another. Sleight of hand, Dave.
Give me a roll.
No, just joking. Although we'll wait for the. I'll wait for the most inopportune time. Maybe you'll be falling off of a griffin or something, and as you're falling, help me, Tiberius! I'll be like, give me some gold, like that.
Then you could cast Gias on her and command her to just do angel wings in the snow as she's just falling to her death.
Yeah, flap like a bird.
Yeah.
Flap like a bird.
Alright. So you guys get to the Misty Forest. You guys get to the small wood elf village of Altend. Now as you start to descend down into the forest, these trees are massive. I mean massive spruce trees that are, dominating the skyline where they meet the clouds. I mean, these trees are that huge. And as you descend down into the forest, you can start to see that there is a mist that is getting thicker and thicker as you get closer to the ground. And when you land near this small little wood elf town called Altend. And you kind of survey the area, and you can see that there's really not a lot going on here. There's probably... You can see 2 structures on the ground that kind of surround a giant monument. Looks to be of maybe of a very famous elven tracker, or maybe an elven ranger. And then as you guys kind of look up into the trees, you can see that there are sort of cottages that are connected in the trees and on the large branches that are protruding out from these beautiful spruce trees. And you can see rope bridges. And if you played EverQuest in the Greater Feydark, Lesser Feydark, there was the small wood elf town of Kelethin. up in
Or
the
the
trees.
or the Ewoks. Or the Ewoks.
Yeah, or the Ewoks, and you can see the wood, bridges kind of intersecting each circular platform around the tree. And on these circular platforms, there are small little wood cottages and whatnot. And you can see some elves wandering around on the ground and inside of the trees in Alton. And several elves approach you. Some, and you can see that there are some elves that are hobbling around with ailments, maybe their leg in a crutch or their arm in some type of sling. See lots of forest animals running around, birds chirping, crickets cricketing. Cricketing. What's that?
And we're
you guys?
hippogriffing.
And you guys are hippogriffing on the ground. Well, yeah, you're on the ground now, but yeah, you're.
So we finally came down and landed.
Yeah, you're.
No,
As we
now
came
we're
in-
elving.
As we came down and landed,
I pull a card. No, I'm just kidding.
no, we're like floating down. I'm looking down, and were these people looking up at us? Were they like surprised, like, "Oh my God, there's somebody attacking another
Yeah.
dragon"? Or were they like, "What the hell's all
Yeah.
this?" And everybody's coming out. What are they thinking of?
Yeah, you distinctively heard another dragon attack, and then they're like, no, it's not a dragon, it's a griffin. And there is a light rain that is now starting to fall in the misty forest. So you guys are definitely getting wet. It is not a super heavy torrential downpour, but it is coming down. Not
So as
heavy.
soon as I land, I'm going to look to these girls and go, "What is this? A rainforest? Huh? Huh?"
A couple elves come up and greet you and say, "Oh, we're so glad that this is not another dragon attack."
That makes two of us. Actually, we're here because we were sent to learn a little bit about the dragon attack. Is there somewhere we can go to talk?
We may speak open here in the open. We.
All right, let me rephrase that. Is there somewhere we can go where it's not raining on my hair? I don't want to get my hair messed up.
Sure, absolutely. You can go into one of the buildings here on the ground. You guys can go into by where the elven monument is.
So, do I know this? I mean, I'm kind of a elven buff.
Oh yeah.
Do I know anything about this elven monument? Who is this person?
Give
Is
me
this a local hero?
Give me a. Sure, give me a history check.
All right, here it goes.
No, actually, I would say give me a nature check because it's elvish and it's in the forest. So give me a nature check. Yeah, you don't know absolutely nothing of this elf.
Who's this guy? I ask as we walk by the statue.
Oh,
And are we going into like a carved out tree, or do they also have houses on the ground as well?
It's sort of like an abode that has been kind of added on to the base of the spruce tree. So it's the tree dominates the center of the inside of this establishment. So you kind of walk around to the different rooms. And you're brought into it's sort of like a living quarters, and the elf.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, the elf tells you that the elf outside is Feeny, and Feeny is one of the most renowned trackers that was ever bred and pulled into the armies of the Misty Forest.
So I'm speaking in Elvish, by the way.
Okay.
And I introduce myself. Hey, my name is Tiberius, and these are my traveling companions, Vey and Widow, and I gesture to my two companions.
And they welcome you, and the elves. One of the elves said that
how many
they
people
were,
are in this room? Did you say, Dave?
just a couple. They
Just a couple?
they don't introduce themselves by name or anything, but one of them is wearing robes and basically acknowledges that there were some visitors from Waterdeep that would be coming to visit them here in Alton. And they are assuming that you are the visitors
we're
from
indeed.
Waterdeep.
We're indeed visitors from Waterdeep.
Yes.
That
Well,
is absolutely sure.
Yeah, a couple of the other elves, they're getting you blankets to kind of dry off a little bit. So with some other very very fine silken,
Oh,
elven,
snap.
very nice quality handkerchiefs to wipe off, and also you're given some elvish bread and some elvish wine to kind of take the travel, to kind of relax you a little bit from your travels.
Oh, nice. Yeah, I'll take that wine. I'll
So they're definitely
gesture to
showing
the-
you, yeah, definitely showing you a sign of hospitality for sure. And
So,
this
sorry,
elf asks you, so what do you owe us the privileges of visiting us here at Alton? Unfortunately, you have caught us at a bad time. Just several days ago, a green dragon had attacked us here, totally caught us off guard. We did know that there were several other attacks by this green dragon within the last several weeks. However, we are the wood elves of the forest, and unfortunate it has its advantages and disadvantages. And one of the disadvantages was we were caught in the trees and we couldn't get out, as
So
this
you said-
dragon just strafed us with massive breaths of poison. And you could also
that's
see
horrible.
the damage also. A lot of the trees had a lot of damage to them, and the branches where the leaves were basically just bare branches, and a lot of shrubs just.
Did the poison
dead.
affect the trees, like killing them and stuff?
Oh, absolutely, yeah. There were several treants that were lost. Old ancient treants of the forest, the elders of the forest that were lost.
Well, I'll just let this guy know that, hey, I'm a healer by nature. So if there's somebody that needs me to look into them, I could definitely take some time to do that. But
They need a
in the-
healer of nature, Tiberius.
Snap, healer of nature. But
So how did you defend off this thing?
yeah,
How did you
that's
defend it off.
Well, that is a pressing story. That's our town elder was killed during the attack. We have a population of 300 wood elves here, and unfortunately, our elder was killed. So the brave Gollin, he is our warden. He then took up leadership and rallied whatever troops we had left, and fended off the dragon. And it's very, very honorable for him to do, very noble, very, very dangerous thing for him to do. But unfortunately, he had lost his life. He has lost his wife had lost her life in the attack.
Well, his reward is
He's-
he's now
he-
leader, if you will. Now, I'm
He
guessing.
survived unscathed, but yes, he is the leader now. Yes, and I think it's a position that he really doesn't want, because of the circumstances and how he became leader.
And so you said that this dragon had attacked some other villages around here as well?
Sure, yes, other elves dwell here in the forest as well, and they were attacked.
So I want to keep that in mind, Dave. I'd like to, just out of character here, I want to be able to point that out on a map so we can see kind of how far that dragon is flying to get there.
Yeah,
So I'll
there's,
let this guy. Yeah.
Central Misty Forest was attacked, and also the south. And this elf does note that the villages in the south were actually ransacked with the assistance of kobolds and other humans that were in robes that were looting all of our, looting the towns. Not
Well,
only
now for the
killing, but
biggest
looting.
question.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yes,
Why did the green dragon attack?
that we are not sure. We just have no clue why. We have been able to live here very freely and with no large standing armies for quite some time. For many years. But this has just happened all of a sudden within the
Well,
last
they don't
several
just attack
weeks.
for no reason.
That is true. And that's why that we have sent members of the Emerald Enclave to Waterdeep to try to find out what is going on.
Well, is there anything here in your village that's critical? That is critical to Elvenkind, or artifacts, or anything that you need to just come clean with us and let us know?
Just our monument of Feeney out there, and we were a very strong village of 300 wood elves, but we lost over half of us in the attack.
What's
So
located
our
in the
numbers are
central
down.
and south woods or forest? Is that another settlements?
Yeah, just other wood elf communities, but we are all under the leadership of the king.
Were there any communities that weren't attacked?
Oh yeah, there are a lot of elvish communities that were not attacked, but the king's son, King Melendrock, his son is Alagarthus, and he just recently left here to patrol borders to the north a little bit more to try to find this dragon. As for any other attacks that have happened, we have not heard anything.
What makes Alagarthus think that the dragon is north of here?
Just a hunch. He thinks that the attacks have been happening from the south and have been happening to the north, in a pattern. So he's trying to head to the northern towns of the Wood Elves to try to intercept this dragon.
So did anybody do any magics or anything similar to help track where this dragon might have come from, like a locate creature spell or something similar to the effect of that? Or is this all just wood elf hunting and looking at signs in the...
We are trackers. We are not one with the arts of the arcane. We
Flying
track.
creatures don't leave many tracks.
Well, they do. Flying creature poop. It's just hard to track that.
Not if they hold it, Tiberius.
Well, the
Oh,
dragon
I guess.
did land. The dragon did the first attack by the green dragon. It was the most violent of the attacks, and it attacked all of the elves on the ground first before it started spraying this acid in the trees.
How old do you think this dragon was? It
was a large dragon. It was 20, 30 times the size of a man or an elf.
Did anybody
huge.
try to communicate with it?
Basically, they describe it as a huge dragon. Definitely an adult, that's for sure. But no, nobody tried to communicate with it. They didn't break out the flares and wave them. Hey, Mr. Dragon, over here! Can we talk for a minute? No,
I was thinking more like,
Yeah.
oh my god, why are you killing everybody?
But the first assault is where most of the elves died.
Well, let's take a look at that spot. Maybe there's some clues we can find there.
Yeah. And the only significance I can see about these three
Sure.
communities that they were located, all three, in
Sure.
Misty Forest.
Oh, sure.
Yeah.
All right.
And who would want to usurp Vey? Who would want to subjugate wood elves in the misty forest?
Misty Forest is a good place to hide.
Very good.
Could he be looking for a new lair with servants?
No way. Oh, there's a Dragon Spear Castle just to the south. It's got the name Dragon in it. Maybe there's a clue
Spear
there.
Castle, yeah. That was the very first D&D 5th edition module that came out. Remember that, Vey? We played that for a little while.
Yep.
So you guys get back outside. There's, like I said, there's a lot of work going on. Elves
And
are reforging some things, and lots of pulleys and whatnot, putting more, these intersecting roped bridges between the trees. And there's a lot of elves around. You can see there's probably about 50, 60 elves that are laboring around, doing things, working, cleaning up.
So I'll give them the old sup elves in Elvish, just the typical typical what's going on. And then you said before, Dave, there's a lot of elves that were walking around all injured.
There's
right?
several of them, yeah. There's probably about a couple dozen, yeah.